Today we are going to be talking about whether or not porn is an addiction, and is porn a national health crisis, the way we've been learning in our culture lately. And we're seeing increasing amounts of internet information about how porn is an addiction. And I'm here to tell you that it is not an addiction, and we are not having a health crisis. We're not. So the first what you need to know is Utah's governor said we're in a national health crisis around porn. And then what happened was a very well-respected research therapist named John Gottman came out and said, I agree, we're in a national porn health crisis. And my response to that is, if we are really in a national health crisis, then how come gay and lesbian couples are not struggling with porn at all? There are many that do. I'm making sweeping generalizations, but it's overall, gay men know the kind of porn they watch, their partners watch, the partners know what kind of porn they watch. Lesbians watch porn together often, and when they do, often it's gay male porn, and that's a whole different topic, but that's not a threat to each other. So what we know is that the information out there is mostly anecdotal. We have nothing conclusive about porn being any type of addiction. And when I say it's anecdotal, what they're starting to call it really is panicdotal. They're putting people in a panic state because they're appealing to the fact that in most heterosexual couples that struggle with porn, it's because they're porn illiterate. So there's a really good book by Marty Klein. It's brand new. It's called His Porn, Her Pain. Great title. And it really teaches therapists and teaches couples how to understand the use of porn, what it means, why people look at porn, what is non-pathological about it. We just tend to pathologize things that we don't understand and things that we find disgusting. So if you have a disgust response, you're going to be more likely to disapprove of somebody's porn use. And often, the other piece to this is more men than women are watching porn. And so sometimes we have to start to look at, are we pathologizing the landscape of male sexuality? We don't pathologize the landscape of female sexuality when they're looking at what we're now calling cliterature, right? Things like Shades of Grey, things like Twilight. And so these conversations are important. My little videos are just an attempt to start these conversations, but I want to make you also understand that porn is not an addiction. As I said, the research is pretty much kindergarten research according to Nicole Prouse. I want you to look up her work, Nicole, Nicole Prouse, Prause. And basically, her work is all about saying, look, it's not about the porn, it's about the masturbation. And what's happening is, it's not even that masturbation is wrong, it's that the person's getting used to sex with themselves, so much so that when they go to have sex with the partner is somebody who's maybe, so porn doesn't judge, it unconditionally gives, it's available 24/7, you can start and stop at any time you want. Do people have struggle with starting and stopping it and suffer with it? Yes. But in general, you know when you're going to, how you're going to time it, when it's going to start, when you're going to stop, when you're going to have your orgasm. When you're with a partner, that's a whole different story. When you're with a partner, you have to negotiate. I may be judged. They're not always available. And so when I train therapists, I say to them, do not jump into the argument about porn between the couples. You'll lose the couple. You've lost the ability to help them. The truth is, what is the porn bringing up for them? What is happening to the couple as a result of the porn? If the guy's looking at porn instead of being sexual with his partner, that's a problem. But it's not a porn problem. It's the guy's issue. He may have an intimacy disorder. He may have lost erotic interest in her. They may have had a power struggle fighting so that he's not as interested in it. There could be so many other reasons before you get to looking at porn. And people will say, well, you know, porn does change the brain. You'll see lots of things on the internet about that. Well, watching porn and watching puppies changes the brains equally. And so what they're finding in the research is, what does that mean? People are moralizing the meaning about this. So I wanted to put that out there. The last thing I want to say about porn is that there's no such thing as porn-induced erectile dysfunction. What's happening is people are, again, getting used to the masturbation, and they're relying on themselves rather than another person, negotiating a sexual response with another person. So in doing so, then when they go into a situation where they're going to be sexual with another person, what's happening is they can't be. And then people are blaming the porn. And the porn is the symptom, it's not the problem. The problem is what's going on for this person, that they're struggling with being sexual with partners. These are just some tidbits I wanted to share with you today and start to debunk this nonsense that pornography can be an addiction. Have you ever known somebody to rob a bank or break out into a store and rob porn because they had to have it? Have you ever known they've been actually comparing porn, the watching of porn, to smoking? Nobody's died of watching pornography. There are problems with pornography, and there are problems with people suffering from it, watching it, but it's not about an addiction. It's a lot more than that. I hope this has been helpful, and thanks for listening.